Hello everyone, welcome to another Player of the Week review. It's March 6, 2025. Hope you're all well. So without further ado, let's dive into this week's pack, see if there's anyone worth picking up. First impressions. Not a bad pack actually. Obvious star quality lacking. The only big name star here is arguably Doku for Man City. But anyway, let's have a first look. We have Yang Hun-jun for Celtic. There's his face scan. Is that his face? I'm not sure it is. Konami get that sorted. I think that's not his real face. Scored a couple of goals in Celtic's 5-2 win against St Mirren last weekend. The second goal was a fine cushioned header. So let's have a closer look at his stats. He can play left midfield, right midfield, left wing forward, centre forward. His finishing 79. Is okay. Heading 74. Okay, first impression, his stats aren't that great. They don't look too good actually, just average. His player skills wise, he's got double touch, great, which can come in useful when he's playing out wide. He's got scissor feint, cut behind turn, soul control, heading, heel trick, first time shot, one touch pass, fluid passing and super sub. So overall, we'll everything about his face is okay, but will he get into most teams? I don't think so. Not a great card. Next up, we've got Nordi Mukiele, if I pronounced that correctly. If I haven't, forgive me. There's his face scan. Yes, he's got his face. Leverkusen centre back, scored Leverkusen's second goal in their 4-1 win against Frankfurt last week. Let's look at his first impressions, his stats. Pretty average all round. Defensive awareness is only 81. Tackling is only 84. Aggression 85. Defensive engagement 86. His low passing is decent for a centre back, is 73. Jumping is only 85. So he's tall, 187 centimeters, but his jumping and his heading ain't great. His form is inconsistent. This week his form is A, so that's not. You can forget about his inconsistent form for this week only. Player skills wise, he's got aerial superiority, heading, first time shot, which he did score from a goalmouth scramble last weekend, and a first time shot, as you can see, has been included this week in his player card this week. He's got long throw, man marking, interception blocker, sliding tackle, acrobatic clearance and fighting spirit. So he's got most of the defensive skills needed, but when you look at his stats, it's pretty average, not that great. Next up, you got Cal Enrique for Monaco. Apparently had a great game at left back last week. Set up one of Biriev's 3 goals with a right foot cross. There's his stats. There's his skills. Okay, let's have a look at his stats. Lofted pass 89. Other standout stats: stamina 88, speed 86. So again, not a spectacular card. His lofted pass is a standout stat, coupled with pinpoint crossing. Fantastic. He did make an assist, and it was a cross last week. He's got double touch, fantastic for a fullback. Not necessary, but a nice touch, a nice addition to have. Let's look at his defensive skills. His only defensive skills are interception and blocker. So he's okay all round. He can play left back only. Lofted pass, standout. Apart from that, again, another standard card. Next up, we've got Desiree Douy for PSG. The young star scored 1 and set 1 up in his team's 4-1 win against Lille last week. The goal was the goal of the match, in my opinion. A thumping shot into the roof of the net. And let's see if his kicking power is high. No, it's still only 84. His finishing's only 79, so that's disappointing. First impression is overall stats are okay. They're good. Nothing spectacular. His Dribbling is 87. With a decent manager, it'll probably go up to 90 or 91. Apart from that, most of his stats are staying in the 80s. His player skills, he's got double touch, cut behind turn, soul control. He's just lacking that flip-flap for the ball roll. But other skills, he's got rising shot, long-range shooting. Yes, he scored the long-range shot last weekend. Acrobatic finishing, through passing, pinpoint crossing, track back, and fighting spirit. So again, not a ground-breaking card, not a poor card, but still could be better. Next up, you've got Marc Casado for Barcelona. There's his face scan. He scored his first ever goal for Barcelona in their 4-0 win against Real Sociedad last weekend. His goal was basically a deflection, but in the end he won't care, to be honest. His first goal is 21 years old, defensive midfielder for Barcelona. Player stats, any standout stats here? Low passing, 87 with a good manager, will probably go up to 90, 91. Stamina, 89. He's quite short and quite lightweight, 172 centimeters, 66 kg. Yeah, physical contact's only 72, so he's a lightweight defensive midfielder. He's not gonna barge people out the way. He's gonna more tiptoe and glide through, because his tight possession's not bad. It's 84, and balance is 84. Tight possession is 83. So he's not as robust as you would expect for a defensive midfielder, but he's got decent defensive awareness stats. Tackling's 86 as well. Defensive engagement's 85. Player skills, he's got double touch, soul control. Interesting for a defensive midfielder. He's got first time shot, one touch pass, through passing, weighted pass, man marking, interception, blocker, and fighting spirit. So a good variation of skills. But let's be honest, again, a standard card, an okay card. It's not great. Next up, you've got Isco. There's his face. The former Real Madrid player faced up against his former club last weekend and apparently played the blinder. Also, if that wasn't enough, scored the winning goal from the spot last week. He's the first booster card in this pack with the booster effect on. Wow, look at those dribbling stats. They stand out, don't they? They all hit the 90s. Ball control 92, dribbling 90, tight possession 92, balance 89. That will go into the 90s with a good manager. Low pass 88. So very, very good stats wise. First impressions. Physical contact's only 63, but he isn't the most physical player in real life, to be fair. But yeah, he looks very good. It could be very fun to play with. He can play attacking midfield, centre midfield, left midfield, right midfield, left wing forward, right wing forward. So he's pretty versatile attacking player. Player skills, yes, he's got double touch, flip flap, and soul control. My favourite skill, ball roll. He's got long range curler, one touch pass, through passing, pinpoint crossing, outside curler, penalty specialist. He scored the penalty last week, and fighting spirit. So far, he looks like the best card in this pack. Next up, you've got Bryce Samba. Rennes goalkeeper Bryce Samba kept a clean sheet in his team's 4-0 away win at Montpellier last week. 186 centimeters, 90 kg. For a goalkeeper, it's not the tallest. 186 centimeters, but that's not too bad if his jumping is good, and his jumping is only 79. So that's a negative for me. Let's look at his goalkeeping stats. Goalkeeping awareness 87, goalkeeping catching 88. With a good manager, they'll hit the 90s. That's good. Goalkeeping parrying is only 83. That's a negative. Goalkeeping reflex is 89, good. Reach 87, good. So he's not a bad keeper, not the best keepers we've had in the Player of the Week packs, but he's okay. Player skills wise, he's got low punt, long throw, penalty saver, captaincy, and fighting spirit. So that's good all round, good player skills. But overall, could be better. Next up, we have Kingsley Coman for Barcelona, for Bayern Munich. Sorry, there's his face scan. The flying winger came off the bench for Bayern and sealed a 3-1 win against Stuttgart last week. His goal, the third goal to wrap up the win, he went round the keeper from way outside, from like a third of into the Bayern's, into the other team's half, and placed it into the open goal. It was a simple finish in the end, but it was enough for him to get into this week's Player of the Week pack. Finishing is only 79. I expected it to be a bit higher, but he looks like a pretty similar card to the ones we've had in the past. His speed and acceleration stand out. Dribbling 88 as well, balance 88. With player skills, he's got double touch. He's always had double touch since I can remember. Cut behind turn, long range curler, long range shooting, heel trick, gamesmanship, track back, interception, and super sub and fighting spirit. So if you love your wingers, this one can be very fun to play with, in my opinion. He's very, very fast. He's a speed merchant. He's got good dribbling. Finishing could be better, especially after last week's goal. But overall, a good winger. Next up, you've got Christopher Nkunku for Chelsea. Fitter and getting games these days and getting goals. Scored Chelsea's first in their 4-0 thumping against Southampton last week. They scored during midday. Chelsea played midweek, I think, against Southampton. Will we get the balloon blowing celebration as well? I doubt it, but it would be cool. Let's have a look at his stats. He is the second booster card in this pack with the booster effect on. Standout stats: ball control 89, dribbling 89, tight possession 87, acceleration 89, speed 87. So dribbling, if you like your dribbling, is probably the one for you. Balance 85 as well. Finishing is 81. Heading is only 70. He scored a header, albeit a close range header, is 70. Let's look at his player skills. He's got double touch. There you go. He's got heading as a player skill. He's got long range curler, acrobatic finishing, heel trick, first time shot, one touch passing, through passing, outside curler, and fighting spirit. So a versatile attacking player. His playing style's creative playmaker. He can play left wing forward, support striker, left midfield, attacking midfielder, and centre midfielder. So it could be one of those underrated cards in this week's pack. Next up, we've got Artem Dobrik, if I pronounced that correctly. Roma's big centre forward. Scored the winner in Roma's 2-1 win against Como last week. A tap-in after a fine first-time cross from Ranch. Roma have been revitalised this season, especially since Ranieri's return. Let's have a look at his stats. Finishing could be better. He's only 86. Stats-wise, he doesn't look that great, to be honest. Doesn't look... What is he? The second to best card in this pack. Stats wise, it doesn't look anything too special. Height wise, he's 189 centimeters. Heading is 81. Jumping is 79. So it could be a unit up front if you're playing the target man. A big striker up front. He could be very useful. But yeah, let's have a look at his playing skills. He's got heading, long range curler, rising shot, long range shooting, acrobatic finishing, first time shot, one touch pass, outside curler, aerial superiority, and super sub. So it looks decent. I can't say anything much more or less about him. in terms of stats wise, first impressions wise. But it could be a useful centre forward to have as target man. But doesn't look that special. Next up, we've got Jeremy Doku for Man City. There's his face. Doku run Tottenham's defence ragged last week. Also set up Haaland's winning goal. His last couple of Player of the Week cards, if I can remember, have been great. They've been great. His last Player of the Week cards. Up there as one of my favourites. The first one from last season was really good. Let's have a closer look at his stats. He is the last booster card in this pack with the booster run. There you go. He's a speed merchant, a real wing wizard. He can play left midfield, right midfield, left wing forward, right wing forward. Look at his dribbling stats. Ball control 89, dribbling 92, balance 91, speed 91, acceleration 92. So yeah, he'll be fun to play with if you love playing wingers. Not a lot of eFootball players like using the width, but if you do, Jeremy Doku could be really fun, because if you look at his player skills as well, he's got double touch, flip flap and soul control. He's got ball roll, very fun to use if you can use it. If you can use it well, if you can use it effectively, it could be very lethal. He's got Marseille turn. That is a fun move, not that special, but it can be effective if timed right. Cut behind turn, heel trick, one touch pass, through passing, pinpoint crossing and gamesmanship. So I'd love to have seen his finishing to be a bit higher, but overall a very good card in this pack, probably the best. And Kunku might be a dark horse in this pack. He might be very good to use. Coleman as well. Isco's pretty decent. But anyway, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed those player breakdowns. Let me know what you think of Konami's pack this week. Let me know if you spun. Let me know who you got. So let's run them down again. Run through the players again. We've got Youngman, Nordi Cruyff, Thierry Henry, Freed from Desire, Mark Avocado, Let's All Have a Isco, The Bryce is Right, The Kingsman, Chris, RT, and Count Doku. Okay, so for a bit of extra content, I've got the free spin. I've just completed those 2 games in events mode. We've got the free spin. Out of all of this lot, it's not a great pack overall, to be fair, this week. There are 1 or 2 special ones. I think Doku could be a special player in this pack. I want Nkunku, Coleman or Doku. Of the lower part of the pack, I like Desiree Doué. He'll be cool to have. But yeah, so Nkunku, Doku or Coleman or Doué. I'll be happy if any one of those 4. Let's see where I get. Okay, it's Doué. It's in the bottom half of batch of players in the pack, but I wouldn't mind trying him. So we've got him. Let's lock him. There he is, the young superstar in the making. Okay, so thanks for watching. Let me know who you got. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.